Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we are going to talk about a skill that honestly is becoming one of the most important things you can learn right now, how to talk to AI. Seriously, because knowing how to ask the right questions, well, that's the difference between getting some generic, totally useless answer and unlocking a partner that's actually powerfully creative. So, let's dive in.
You know, it all boils down to this one simple truth. When you're working with AI, what you get out is completely dependent on what you put in. It's that simple. You give it a lazy prompt, you're going to get a lazy answer. But a really well thought out one, oh, that's when you start to see what these tools can really do.
So let's talk about the AI's assistant problem. I mean, we've all been there, right? You ask an AI for help, and the answer you get back is just generic or unhelpful, or sometimes it's just flat out wrong. It can honestly feel like you're just talking to a brick wall. But what if the AI isn't the problem here?
Okay, look at this. The difference is night and day. If you just say, tell me about marketing, you're basically asking for a Wikipedia definition, right? It's so vague. But look at the refined prompt, asking for digital marketing trends in 2024, under 200 words, focusing on social media. Now that is a request for real actionable intelligence. It's the difference between a useless fact and a genuinely valuable insight.
And that leads us to this huge question. What if the problem isn't the AI at all, but how we're asking? This idea? It changes everything. It shifts the whole conversation from, this tech is broken, to, okay, how can I get better at communicating?
So how do we fix this? Well, the solution is actually a really simple but super powerful shift in your mindset. It's all about changing how you think about the AI you're talking to.
And this right here, this is the absolute key. You have to stop treating AI like it's just a fancy search box. Instead, start treating it like a brilliant, but very, very literal, new assistant. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't walk up to a new hire and just shout marketing at them and expect a useful report, right? Of course not. You'd give them directions, some background, what the goal is. You have to brief your AI in exactly the same way.
Okay, so how do you actually write one of these great briefings for your AI? Well, it turns out there's a pretty simple framework. A really powerful prompt boils down to just 4 key ingredients. Get these 4 things working together, and you're going to get the result you're looking for. First up, role. Before you do anything else, you need to tell the AI who to be. Give it a job title, a persona. Are you talking to a seasoned copywriter, a market research analyst, or maybe you needed to act like a high school science teacher? Giving the AI a role like this instantly frames the entire response. It sets the tone, the expertise, everything.
Next, you've got the task. This is where you have to be crystal clear about what you want the AI to do. No more vague stuff like, tell me about something. You need to use strong, clear action verbs. Tell it to generate a list, or analyze these data points, or summarize this document.
Third ingredient is context. This is so important. This is the why behind the task. Why are you asking for this? Who is it for? What's the bigger picture? For example, just asking for 5 catchy headlines is okay, but saying 5 catchy headlines for a new e-learning platform targeting college students, that context changes everything. It helps the AI tailor the output perfectly.
And finally, number 4, constraints. Think of these as the rules of the game. You've got to set the boundaries. Tell it the word count. Define the tone of voice. Is it casual, professional, funny? And be specific about the format you want. If you want a table or a bulleted list or just a simple paragraph, you have to ask for it.
Okay, so let's put it all together. And wow, the difference is just stunning. The poor prompt, tell me about my competitors, I mean, that's a total shot in the dark. Who knows what you'll get back? But the refined prompt, it has a role, a task, context, and constraints. It's focused, it's structured, it knows exactly what to do. You've basically transformed the AI from this kind of vague, fuzzy oracle into a sharp, focused analyst. All right, so once you've mastered that 4-part framework, you're ready to level up. Let's get into some pro tips for the real power users out there so you can get even better, more nuanced results. Okay, if you take away only one thing from this section, let it be this. This is not a one-shot deal. The absolute most important pro tip is to think of it as a conversation. Your first prompt, that's just the opening line. You have to look at what the AI gives you back, see what it got right, what it missed, and then you refine your next prompt. It's that back and forth, that iteration. That's where the real magic happens. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The folks who actually build these things, like the developers at OpenAI, they all say the exact same thing. This process of iteration is absolutely key.
The real power is unlocked when you refine your prompts based on the answers you're getting.
Another thing you can do is switch up your approach depending on the situation. So, a zero-shot prompt is just a simple, direct command. Summarize this. Easy. But if you need something with a specific style, try a few-shot prompt. This is where you give the AI a couple of examples to copy. It's like saying, here's what I like, now make another one just like it. It's an awesome way to teach it the exact style you're going for. And of course, we've already talked about how powerful those role-based prompts are. Here's another great tip. Be direct and try to be positive with your instructions. It is almost always better to tell the AI what you do want instead of just what you don't want. Think of the do commands as your main direction, and then you can use don't commands as like guardrails to keep it from going off track. This can really help fine-tune the result and save you a ton of editing time. And here are a few more quick ones to remember. Always, always specify the format and the tone you want. Also, try using open-ended questions to get more detailed, thoughtful answers. And for those really big, complex jobs, don't try to cram it all into one massive prompt. Seriously, just break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. It's a technique called prompt chaining, and it lets you build on each response to create a much more detailed and accurate final output.
Okay, so why does all of this matter so much? I mean, why is it so important to get good at this? Because let me tell you, this is about way more than just writing emails a little faster or getting better search results. It's so much bigger than that.
The thing is, prompting isn't just some little technical trick. It is quickly becoming a fundamental skill. It's about communication, and it's about creativity. When you master this, you become a better researcher, a better writer, a better thinker. It's like learning a new kind of literacy, the skill of clearly explaining what you want, not just to other people, but to these powerful new AI partners.
But, and this is a really big but, you have to remember that these tools are not perfect, not even close. They can make mistakes, they can produce errors, they can even just make stuff up completely. That's a thing called hallucination. And they can also reflect and even amplify the biases that are in their training data. That's why you are the most important part of this whole process. You have to be in control. Always treat the AI's output as a first draft, not the final word. A skilled prompter is the one who guides the tool to get an accurate and responsible result.
So really, it all comes back to that shift in mindset we talked about. A great prompt, it isn't an order you're just shouting at a machine. It's the start of a conversation. It's the beginning of a creative collaboration that can take your ideas to some really amazing, unexpected places.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with today. If prompting really is a new language, a whole new way to create and solve problems, the big question is, what are you going to build with it? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.